יצליחנה, אנא אדוני יצליחנה, אנא אדוני יצליחנה, אנא אדוני יצליחנה.
One of the key ones is the statements by Mr. Netanyahu and other ministers. One that became very prominent yesterday was the invocation of the biblical reference of Amalek.
You must remember what Amalek has done to you, says our Holy Bible, and we do remember, and we are fighting our brave troops and combatants who are now in Gaza or around Gaza and in all other regions in Israel.
And the sort of the massacre that followed. I mean, why did Mr. Netanyahu invoke such a violent biblical tale?
Because
if not to prompt a genocide? No. We are committed to destroying Hamas. We are committed to destroying the monsters who perpetrated the bloodiest massacre. So why talk about Amalek? Because it is a very powerful... I don't want to get into biblical exegesis here and start having a theological debate with you. Because the Prime Minister knows exactly how that will be understood by the Israeli people. Who clearly understand biblical references. It would mean kill them all, which is what the Amalek story was about.
We are going
but what happened in the biblical reference? It wasn't a searching for a minority of terrorists. It was killing everybody. And that is what's happening in Gaza.
The Prime Minister was referring to Hamas. The entire Israeli public understood he was referring to Hamas. The only people who don't seem to understand that are the journalists who clearly have less of a grasp of the book of Exodus than the Israeli public and the Prime Minister.
There's no army in the world that acts in a more moral fashion than the army of Israel.
We must obliterate Hamas, you see. And what Israel has to do, which I'm hoping, of course, they will, is they are going to what's called raise Gaza. They're going to destroy it. What is important to understand, what the logic of the war is based on the divine plan.
There is no permission from the Torah to have any mercy whatsoever during war. Not on children, not on women, not on anybody.
But the point is right here that Hashem say, do not have mercy on the children. Kill all their children also. Why? There's no difference between them and their children. In 10 years from now, these children will attack you on the way. Hashem knows, God knows.
We're not playing by your rules. We're playing by the rules of the Torah.
The verse in the whole Bible, it says, happy is the one that takes the infants of Babel and of Edom and smashes them on the rock, just like they did to us. And this is what we say before benching. Right? That's the end of this. That the ultimate revenge again, are innocent infants. Happy is the one that takes the infants and smashes them and kills them on the rock. And then we bless Hashem for the food that we ate.
You kill all men and all women, me'olel ve'ad yonek, even babies who breastfeed. Amazing.
עלו והצליחו, תכסחו אותם כמה שיותר, שלא להשאיר מהם זכר, שלא הם, לא אמא שלהם, לא הילדה שלהם, לא התינוקות שלהם, אסור להם לחיות לחיות האלה.
There is an extraordinary feature in this case, that Israel's political leaders, military commanders, and persons holding official positions have systematically and in explicit terms declared their genocidal intent. And these statements are then repeated by soldiers on the ground in Gaza as they engage in the destruction of Palestinians and the physical infrastructure of Gaza. Israel's special genocidal intent is rooted in the belief that, in fact, the enemy is not just the military wing of Hamas, or indeed Hamas generally, but is embedded in the fabric of Palestinian life in Gaza. The genocidal intent behind these statements is not ambiguous to the Israeli soldiers on the ground. Indeed, it is directing their actions and objectives. On 7 December 2023, Israeli soldiers proved that they understood the Prime Minister's message to remember what the Amalek has done to you as genocidal. They were recorded by journalists dancing and singing. We know our motto, there are no uninvolved, that they obey one commandment, to wipe off the seed of Amalek. The Prime Minister's invocation of Amalek is being used by soldiers to justify the killing of civilians, including children. These are the soldiers repeating the inciting words of their Prime Minister.
Long live Iran, long live Israel. Long live Iran, long live Israel. Long live Iran, long live Israel.
We thank you to all my friends in Iran who are showing support for Israel. Your support means so much to us, Israelis, and we have one common enemy, radical Islam.